Well, dang, I could do like a whole seminar, couldn't I? Number 7 is the positive mental attitude. That's like adjust to others' state of mind. To adjust to others' state of mind. That's a little of the humility conversation. We're in the positive mental attitude. So you know how like someone has a different opinion than you and you want to attack? Or someone's saying something and you want to attack? You want to take a look at it as a what's so conversation and adjust to the other state of mind. Okay. This person isn't budging. I'm going to stay happy. He can think what he thinks. I can think what I think. Does that make sense? Let's see. Steer away from toxic conversations. You know instantly when the conversation is toxic. Walk away. Walk away. Don't even change the subject. Walk away. Excuse me, I need to use the restroom. Excuse me, I need to go get some water. I will be back. And then never come back. It's like quite a good tactic I like to use when I'm out. Or I'm like, this is boring. I'm going, bye. See yourself as indirectly leading. Even if you think you're the low man on the totem pole, see yourself as indirect leading. Good-hearted laugh. Have a good-hearted laugh. You don't even have to be angry, but you should be laughing every single day. It even should be, it could be a fake laugh. Even like, you know, you're like in the worst mood ever. But it's important to, like, the old way before all this happened is I would laugh at everything. You need water? Okay. It'd be more like that. Okay. A little bit like that. But it automatically, energetically breaks up stuck energy. Like that. It breaks up stuck energy. So it has to be deep, a deep version versus up here laugh. So just practice it and you'll be able to find your own. You don't want to laugh like a hyena, obviously, but the mood has to be right. But you do want to take a minute out of your day to go to a private spot and to laugh somehow, somewhere. Have gratitude for everything, including successes and failures. Self-explanatory. Successes, thank you so much. Failures, thank you for the lessons. Enjoy the process. We're on a hero's journey. Always concentrate on the can-do. I can do that. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Transmit and transmute bad to good. Not look at the bright side. So like to me, look at the bright side is looking over there and seeing what's good in them. I'm telling you right now, there ain't nothing good in that. Selfishness is needing at this time. How am I going to empower myself to be selfish, to transmute this so that doesn't take my power away? How can I transmute this to empower myself to create good stuff here? Not over here, in here. I'm looking around at all that, but I'm unaffected. I can see what's so, meaning that evil. That is evil, that's evil, that's evil, that's evil, that's evil, that's evil, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's over there with them. You want to take a look at the separation of yourself in that situation because that has nothing to do with you because you're a positive mental attitude. It's a practice. Looking at the bright side, absolutely not. We're going to look at what's so. All circumstances, use it to pay dividends. Well, we got problems over here. we got a lesson over here, but we're going to create a future solution to the problem that we have right here. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you start transmuting the bad shit to the good shit, the bad, evil awareness mind who's even watching this right now ain't going nowhere, because they actually insecure as hell, and they're capitalizing off your fear of and hate and your love specifically, and sex for the rest. Your insecurities around sex. It's really disgusting. You may have even shared intimate things with that person that they will utilize against you. And that's not how human life works, especially when you're a yoga teacher or you're a meditation teacher. It tells you they have no clue what they're doing in the work. Strength grows with struggles. Continuous process of education. Look for wisdom. Fit the world to fit your pattern. Learn. Fit the world to fit your pattern. You'll also see patterns in the way other people act. And then you'll be less affected by the way they behave. That goes for everyone that they surround themselves with. Express gratitude over complete control over mind. Meaning, be gracious that you have the brain capacity to be aware that you're in control of your own thoughts. This is an expression of expanding from the inside out. Not external validation, which is what all these negative, nasty minds want. No, you're looking internally to see the loveliness of your own self because you love yourself. And you have control over your mind to know that you control your own thoughts and you create your own reality. Now, we all know reality has evil attached to it. But if you create your own reality, that's them over there as a boundary, right? And you're over here in your own little bubble of separateness from them. And you connect into source. In an ideal world, we would coexist from that space. It is actually more empowering individually if that's where we come from. And love is always in that, by the way. Love for other people. You know, the conversation, love yourself first. No one will ever love you unless you love yourself. However, no one believes it, and so they marry all these people and they hate themselves. Comment on the good qualities. No, comment on your own good qualities. That's mirror work. Look in the mirror and say your affirmation on how you like yourself. And it may change. You may be dealing with money. You may be dealing with the way you look. You may be dealing with love. I don't know. Whatever you're dealing with, we'll probably go into the Louis Hayes documentation on affirmation. Actually, I've done some videos on those before. You know, you look in the mirror and you say that to yourself. Now, for the person who actually likes themselves, you'll be able to embody that and recreate yourself to yourself. Meaning, instead of looking at yourself in the mirror as in you look ugly, you'll actually start to look really appealing to yourself. Now, the thing with that is that you always got to remember that they're trying to enter into your space to tell you you ain't nothing. Again, positive mental attitude. It's the battle. You logically know that you like yourself because you're in your body. You logically know you're in your body and you're healthy and you love your body. It's a fact. It's logical. What do you think? You're going to jump out of your body and go be somebody else? So logically, you know that, but it makes no difference, which is what we're working here, which is transformational work here. You're stepping into a new way of being around how you view yourself. It's a practice, it's work. The work is actually kind of interesting. Accept all criticism as self-examination. So this is how you want to take a look at critique. You want to take a look at the source. Yes, I know the difference between wild salmon and farm-caught salmon. One's grown in the ocean and one comes from a farm. Thanks for the information. You're so smart, doctor. On the other hand of that, on a different note, you want to take a look when someone tells you, like for example, in a yoga practice, when you do halfway lift, you don't want to do halfway lift here. You want to do it here. Oh God, I'm done with that. Well, you know what? You're actually right about that. Let me take a look at my practice and see what I do that I just haven't quite gotten yet. But it totally makes sense. Thanks for giving me that feedback. Your growth phase will, initially you'll get upset with critiques, or I like to say feedback. Your initial reaction to critique or feedback is to react like that, especially right now. Because you haven't caught yourself reacting like that yet, because nobody speaks the truth. Because they're afraid. Nobody's honest. Nobody's direct. Nobody's straight. Do not accept undesired from others' passive resistance. You get that one? Do not accept undesired from others' passive resistance. Don't let anyone steal your power. I mean, even now I'm like trying to help you push that energy off of you. Push it off. It's like I can feel it as a cloudy wall. How you're allowing them to take your power. What can you do? What can you do about, and what can't you do about it? Is there things that you can do things about, like your positive mental attitude? You can definitely do something about. But can you stop her from coming over to your desk? I mean, there's things that you can do, but she's going to walk into the building and you're going to have to see her. And that's up to your boss, right? That's up to your boss. So you can do something about it. You can quit. But we know you don't want to. We know this is temporary. What you can't do something about is that person over there and how they're being either. You can never change anyone else. They have to transmute themselves. And we all know that certain people are never going to change. They are demons. So what you need to focus on is your battle, your hero's journey. And what are you going to learn to empower yourselves to be the powerful person that you are? Keep eternally engaged. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? Keep eternally engaged in your purpose. Keep eternally engaged. What is the purpose? Always going back to your definite purpose with self-discipline, positive mental attitude, continuing looking for the wisdom in it. looking and seeing that it's passive resistance and that belongs to them over there. And then it's like a balancing act of all of these things. It gives you two legs to stand on. Eternally looking outward. You always want to be engaged with what's going on the outside too. You know, and I like to say that we're in a weird time right now. You always have to have your guard up. You can't trust nobody because everybody's out to create money and crap. So it's like, but it's not like mistrust either, but it is total mistrust. I'm observing everything you're doing. I'm very self-aware. I have the power of my own thoughts. I know what you're saying is not true because that's how you disempower them. I'm being serious right now. If you all in your mind, when you saw that woman walk into the office and in your mind you started saying she's ugly, 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 she's ugly. She's definitely ugly. She will start believing she's ugly. But she's an evil ass one now, right? That's how they are operating at this time as a CIA intelligence bullcrap. Anyway, if you feel sorry for yourself, see the less fortunate and assist them. That is like one to be careful with because there's also the ones that they cannot help themselves. Woe is me. Well, did you try? No. Did you try this? No. Did you try this? No. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Do you see how that drags you down? I mean, it's okay to feel sorry for yourself sometimes, but you got to have that, like, the will. Take over your own mind, the will to keep going. The faith. Laugh daily. You know what? I'm going to do something nice for that homeless guy. I'm going to actually go buy him his lunch today. And not because I want to make a video, but because I want to do something nice to assist someone else who's way down on their luck. And you know what? I'm going to go buy him a pack of cigarettes because I feel like it. Because I know I like to smoke sometimes. Can you give a guy a break? Let him have some cigarette joy. Choose a person who you'd like to emulate. Not be just like. Not be like. Emulate means is you take a look at their way of being, you still stay in your own space, and you model some of the ways they are of actions. It's like taking someone else's stuff and making it your own through experience, and you're always expanding from the inside out. So you should watch the movie Single White Female. That is the example of what not to do. In the movie, she cuts her hair like her, she wears her clothing, she sleeps with her boyfriend. Like, that's not how you emulate someone. Emulate is like inspired by someone. It's conversations of like-minded ways of thinking with your own flair. And that is not what's going on these podcasts. It's bullcrap. It's all manipulation. Okay, I could probably work on this, but I'm always battling demons, y'all. So y'all gotta give me a break right now. So it's tone of voice and musical. You gotta make it musical. I mean, you want to have a voice that invites people to listen to you conversate with them. You know, in yoga practice, we try to speak from the gut, from the belly. I find myself when I'm doing these battle sessions through conversation, I'm not battling you, the viewer. I'm battling millions of people and their demons that are attacking me, which then brings me up into like my voice box. And it might jar on your ears. I mean, maybe it's just me. I'm hoping it's just me. I don't know. Because I know my voice is generally, like, this is normally how I talk. Yes, welcome. My name is Cassandra. Welcome. Welcome. I actually fluctuated my voice. I'm like this, I'm like this. Oh my God. I like make funny voices and stuff. So you can kind of feel the joy that comes through with that. That's kind of what you want to do. Not seduce an audience through hypnosis. That's freaking weird and psycho, and you never teach anyone anything, and we all know that's pedestal teaching. It's so interesting because one of the things that I'm going to pull out is a yoga teacher training manual, and I'm going to talk to you about yoga teacher training and how you're not supposed to teach yoga. However, everyone out there at this time is teaching yoga like that. Like a couple ones that I can think of is typewriter talking, which is not authentic speaking. It's the musical one that you have a lot of music hiding in the background to create magic. And then what's the other one? The moon and the stars, like that. It's another way of yoga teaching, which most people teach. And then the other one is really great job, 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 really great job. That's actually a disempowering those are all disempowering versions of teaching yoga. The reason people are on a yoga mat is because they are on their own, taking on their own stuff. You're like a guide to guide them from pose to pose to pose, to remind them to ground down through their feet, soften your knees, pull your shoulder blades up and back. That's your job as a yoga teacher. And then to inspire as like a ribbon in and out of the practice. And how you are as a teacher is how you practice. And anyway, we're not talking about yoga teaching, but that's just something else, okay? Write and paste this somewhere in your house. What the mind can perceive, it can achieve. Now, not physical. I want to be a millionaire. Now, that's the secret. I'm going to write a blank check for $1 million and put it on the thing. No, that's not what I'm talking about here. What the mind can perceive, it can achieve. The power of your thoughts. Meaning you can manifest things, but I want to live in a meadow. I want to be happy. I want to be happy and joyous. I want to laugh. I want to walk into work and be happy and not dread walking into work or whatever. I can't wait to get up tomorrow. I cannot wait to see what happened. Or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, I heard. Okay, let me see if I can. Well, I'm not gonna do that because I was gonna differentiate between gossip and telling stories. I always laugh at the gossip though. I think it's ridiculous. It's funny. Anyway, because somebody got in an argument yesterday about religion. But then we always go back to the power of your own thoughts, and then we go to where is that one? Like, it's like letting people think what they want to think. You're not always right. There's always multidimensional perspectives. So like I'll watch Gary often on some podcasts and stuff, and he likes to be right. But in his own world, he is actually a lot. He's always right actually when it comes to that stuff. But there's perspective shifts, and it makes them right too, you see? So everybody is right. Does that make sense? But then you also want to remember, gosh, I wish I could find it. Transmute the bad to the good. You always want to look for the wisdom in the other person across from you. Even if they're wrong, totally wrong. Maybe you utilize it as a moment to tell them a way to make you right without them even realizing that they made you right. Does that make sense? Because when you only do that kind of stuff to bad people, by the way. Let's see. Do not accept undesired from others. Passive resistance. Let's see. Dang it, I can't find it, but it was something about It might be on the previous page. Okay, well, we're going to move on to number 8 because I'm already at an hour for this conference. Number 8, enthusiasm. Knowledge is power. However, it's blah, 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 blah. You know, you ever go to a conference and all the guy does is talk, 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 but he doesn't even really like the subject. It's just like boring. So Napoleon talks about I don't know who it was a corporate office or something. And it's just like a what so. If you aren't happy about what you're teaching, teach something else. Everybody has their own little flair of what is enthusiasm. It's not even a way of speaking even. It's like a feeling that people get when they watch you. So like a person stood at the microphone for an hour, and then at the end of the speak, everybody asked, did you like that guy? Did you like the way they spoke? And they're all like, yeah, it was really great. And then they said, well, what did he talk about? And they go, I have no idea. But we really enjoyed it. And that actually becomes a, no matter what he said in that conversation with them, it's an uplifting of the vibration, which means he was up to good things. Likely. It's a little complicated, but let's just go with the old ways of the way things were. Because some people can use charisma if they have ill intentions. However, there would be an underlining frequency of negative vibe in there if it was the case that way. Because we're getting really self-aware on our positive minds, right? Okay. You want to turn on the enthusiasm. You want to experience, educate, and knowledge. Broadcasting. You want to shake hands with someone in a firm handshake, and you accentuate words. Well, hello there. How are you? Like that. I'm not very good at it, but maybe if I was in real time, I could, but it gives it's more like two frequencies coming together. Oh, yeah. That's fun. Dancing and conversation. I like that. You know? Because remember, you're telepathically, energetically communicating with people even if you don't really know. That means if you're evil, people always know. It's just not spoken out loud because no one speaks the truth. You always want to protect your energy, which is a boundary space, especially if you are already getting nasty vibes from someone, because people utilize this introduction as a way to grab you into their frequency, which is like this. And then you leave there like this. Why do I feel so tired? Yeah, because they suck the life out of you. Eagerly ask questions. So try not to talk so much. See others. Sell others to themselves. Sell others to themselves. You should have, that one you can kind of figure out. Sell themselves to themselves. You're gracious for their conversation. You're engaged in the conversation. That's really interesting what you're saying. Really? I'm going to tell somebody else. It's just like that. You always want to find, okay, this is a good way to read. You want to read something out loud. So it's good practice to get your voice trained, especially if you want to be a public speaker or you're in business, is write down 10 subjects, math, science, celebrity articles, I don't know, whatever. And then you want to read out loud for 10 minutes. Maybe it's 10 books. It could be 10 books that you read out loud. You literally would spend 20 minutes on this a day, if that. And before long, and before you know it, you wouldn't even really take a look. You would laugh daily because you just laugh daily. You would read to yourself because you enjoy it. Like, you know how people used to read the newspaper in the morning? I mean, most people actually read to themselves for 10 minutes a day because they're looking on the internet. Love, money, and sex converts to a genius. Yeah, but you think genius is better than someone else. It just means you're intelligent. It means well-rounded. A genius to me is well-rounded. You say how you want to go to like better than, it does not mean no one is ever better than anybody else, because that's why we always stick to humility. No one is ever better than anyone else. We're all on different levels of our journeys. Okay, moving on. You want to get a pocket-sized notebook. Always great to have a place to write your ideas down, because you'll be at meetings and stuff and you'll come up with something in your head and you won't have anywhere to write it down. You have your phone in your hand. Use the notes section. I prefer a paper. And then you want to have the pocket-sized notebook, and you want to write on your page 1, major desires. What is your idea of success? Limitations belong to you. Page 2, what will you give? Memorize both statements. What will you give? You make up. Well, I promise to give every little bit of information that I've learned in the last 43 years. I promise to give kindness, niceness, friendship, and honesty. And what else will I give? Fun. Well, that's just so professional, isn't it? And then my major desire, what is your idea of success? What's my idea of success? My idea of success is being in love, being happy. Being happy, loving my work, having my bills. I like to live comfortably. And then I'm memorize those. However, that God's going to deliver more. And that's kind of playing it small, but that's what I feel like doing right now. There's 4 things that hold you back from success. It's illiteracy, which is no education. So even though people are spouting off that you shouldn't have an education, you should actually have taken a few college classes. Honestly, you should at least have an associate's degree. I mean, and you don't have to get it done, and you could still work and go to a class here and there because it's fun. You really feel like you accomplished something. And it's just great to have an education and to remind you of what you didn't learn in high school, and you meet new people and you tend to find your spouse and stuff in college and stuff. I don't know. It's just whatever. And then money is the second one. And then fear. I'm afraid of what people will think. I'm afraid of what's going to happen. I'm fearful of who I'm going to meet. I'm fearful of what they're going to say. I'm fearful I won't be able to do it. I'm fearful I'm going to fail. All your own limitations, and they belong to you. And then the superstitions. Superstitions, what are those? Fake stuff. You step on a crack, you may break your mama's back. That's a superstition. So if you don't have enough money for 5 years in a business, it's going to close. That's a superstition. So when someone starts a business, you never want to say that to somebody. If someone starts a business, you never want to say that to anyone. Do you have enough money for 5 years? Because it takes 5 years to get a business off the ground. No. Personal initiative, number 9, imagination into action. You must achieve for yourself. Create success are the choosers, and those who practice are the, You must achieve for success. You must achieve for yourself. Create success. Sometimes I can't read my writing. Success are the choosers, and those who practice their own. Oh, greatest success. Sorry, I got it. See, greatest success are the choosers. They choose, and those who practice their own initiative. It's going the extra mile, but respecting the boss. Picking up the piece of trash on the floor that you see by the waste bin is choosers and taking initiative. You don't want to post something that isn't in the initiative. Do you see what I'm saying? So why communication is key. Let's see. Do nothing else. These are people who don't fail. Do nothing else. Those who don't do what they are told. So that goes along the lines of someone who steps out of the, like you have a job title. Initiative will look like this. Yeah, I noticed you had a project you're working on this, leader, and I wanted to know if you need any help, you can let me know, I can help you. That's taking initiative. I'm really interested in that project. Would you like some assistance? That's in a work environment. A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. Let's see, attributes. Has a purpose, a plan, a mastermind, alliance, will to win. Decisions are fast and changes slowly. Does more than they're paid for. No expectations, full responsibility, can take feedback. This is all personal initiative. 9 basic motives. Opinions given only with thought. Talking versus listen. Observations and knows the job. Tells why and how best. One thing at a time. Positive mental mind. Direct answers, even if unknown. I don't know. Not lying. Yeah, so the blah, 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 blah. This is a 5-star 5 diamond, a 5-star 5 diamond, what do you call it? Standard. Well, what's the vintage on the wine, da, 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 da? It's more like this. Well, the vintage is blah, 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 make it up. Then they order the wine, you bring it to the table, and you're totally wrong. Versus, that's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to go find it out for you right now. So then you run in the back, you go find out the answer, and then you bring it back to the person. It's a simple example on bigger situations when you're working a business, especially in marketing. Or any business. And then no procrastination. Don't procrastinate. Deadlines. You want to get and meet your deadlines. There's a lot more to talk about. I might have to stop this one too. We're only on number 10. I'm seeing if you want me to continue. Yeah. Okay, let me just upload. Let me see where I'm uploaded so far with the other videos. And then I'm going to come back and continue on with this.